Welcome back to minute 23 of X Minutes. I'm Brian.
I'm Wolf.
This is X Minutes, the podcast where we take the longest running superhero franchise to date and break it down one glorious, evolving minute at a time. Wolf, what happened in this shirtless minute?
Yeah, so in this minute, Magneto walks out of the lair. Sabretooth grabs Wolverine's dog tags, and we cut to the laboratory with Jean Grey and a shirtless Logan on an examination table. Looks like she's studying this unconscious man. She cops a bit of a feel too. I mean, she might have been looking for a vein, but she cops a little bit of a feel too, running her hands along. Yeah,
Those
looking
knuckles.
at his those manly knuckles he has. I mean, she might be a fan of. She might be into knuckle play. I don't know, but anyway.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't even
so-
know what that- Oh, I am rewatching it. She does go from the middle of his arm, where she was
Oh yeah.
later sticking, but goes all the way to his knuckles.
That's
true.
Yeah. I mean, it might be lonely down there in that laboratory. So when she,
She's only got this lab and the Senate or
yeah,
Congress.
right, TED Talks and all that. So it looks like she's getting an IV ready, or actually not an IV. She looks like she's getting ready to draw some blood, maybe run some tests. So when she inserts the needle or sticks the needle in his vein, his PTSD kicks in and he wakes right up and he grabs her. He has no idea where he is. I mean, you can imagine how scared he might be or confused. He was just outside, recovering from a head wound, and now he's in some like sterile laboratory. So, maybe his PTSD from Alkali Lake is coming back into play. And he grabs her up. Does he? Yeah, he puts his fist up to her cheek. It reminds me of
Does he? Didn't even
like
notice.
if I were to take someone hostage, and I would probably either hold a weapon or something like that. His weapon is his adamantium claws.
I never noticed that. That's
I know-
nuts. I was looking at his other arm and like, what's that silver line on it? Oh, it's from the blood pressure pump thing.
Right.
I didn't. Damn, that is a nice.
He puts his. I mean, his wrist is bent. So I mean, I don't know if the
Yeah,
claws
Yeah.
can. He can.
True.
Let me see. Let me go back.
No, yeah, it's bent. I was noticing that he was looking not at her, but around the room, like he was looking for maybe if he was surrounded.
As if, because I've never been in a situation, I've never had a concussion or anything like that before, or been knocked out. So maybe if you get knocked out, you wake up in that fight or flight mode. So that's possibly what's going on with him. And
that's curious considering his healing factor. You'd think he would have woken up a lot earlier.
Yeah, right. So he throws her to the side and he runs out into the hallway, which is really cool. I really like this set. Ever since I was younger, I like the set. It's all metal and clean and bright. It's different than the cartoon from back in the day, but I like it a lot. And
one thing I noticed around the 9-second mark is after we have this rack focus into seeing Wolverine, the shelf she puts the stuff on is raising up from the floor.
Oh, wow.
And then she just leaves it be. She takes one part with her, but I guess she forgets it. And also where he's lying on was raised from the floor.
Oh, wow.
As well.
Oh, that is cool. I didn't realize that.
And there's a lot of recessed lighting. Yeah, and she uses her telekinesis to get the piece that she forgot.
Having that stuff go down into the floor, that saves a lot of space too. That'd be kind of a cool idea for a kitchen, everything raised up. Yeah.
I was thinking if she clearly is not getting the steps in, as many steps as she would if she had walked back to get it. And I just thought, man, if I had telekinesis, I would be even fatter.
She's like, she didn't even grab the vial. She just like commands it from across the room.
Yeah.
I'd be doing that with like snacks and all types of stuff.
Oh, you probably weigh 120.
Healthy snacks.
Don't try don't try to empathize on the overweight snacking, because that's one competition I could beat you with.
Oh.
Yeah, and we get like one of the shots near the end that's used as the weird how much more cut he is in the Wolverine
Oh
than he is
yeah.
here.
Dude, like, like to try to make it, I don't know, like, because like you see, he's clearly not as defined as the other films, and
Yeah, what a
especially
slacker.
right, like Days of Future Past is supposed to take place well before all of this. So, like the explanation in my mind that I've given myself is that maybe after the events of Days of Future Past, I mean, I guess it does reset everything, but what was it, like the '60s or whatever is when he first goes back. He first goes back to when he's in that apartment with that woman or whatever, and he's all jacked, and those guys come in to shoot him. I was thinking to myself, maybe after the events of Days of Future Past, he just kind of let himself go. I mean, it is what
He didn't know where his gym
1999.
was.
He didn't know he lost his membership. I don't know. Planet Fitness was slacking back then. So
Okay, so First Class was during the Cuban Missile Crisis, which was in 1962, and then
mhm.
every sequel, even though they didn't age up the actors, was 10 years apart. So Days of Future Past was like 70s.
Okay.
And let me fact check that when Nixon was in office, because it is Nixon, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Tricky
Nixon
Dick.
went in office.
I think it was Tricky Dick, wasn't it? For the record, that was my nickname in high school, Tricky Dick.
Should we say why?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, you liar!
I kid.
The presidency of Richard Nixon began at noon on January 20th, 1969. Yeah, so
Oh wow.
70s, and ended in 74 when he resigned.
Yeah.
All right, so and then we get more X's on the wall. Like every entranceway is a circular X door.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
And apparently they close very quickly, because I noticed that there was a noise when he turns his head back, whips it back at around second 55. And it must just be the noise of the door closing, because when he's running out, we see it barely finish opening. And then 2 seconds, let's see. We've got a full second of it out of view where it had to have closed to make that noise.
The technology they have at this mansion is awesome.
Slow to open, quick to close. That sounds
right.
safe.
It's like that's a fire hazard. I think that's.
I don't remember who the stand-up comedian was, but when they were asked to step away from the door because it's a fire hazard, and they responded, "You think if there's a fire, I'm not leaving out this doorway?"
Yeah, right.
But that's what I've got for minute 23. How about you, Wolf?
I'm good, yeah.
All right. We'll see you in minute 24.
Yes, I'm Wolf.
I'm Brian.
And we are the best at what we do.
But what we do is not very fast. And you can hear in the background my roommate coming home, for anyone listening.